Hello everyone and welcome back to Pile of Potential Hobbies. I hope everyone's doing well. Before we get started here, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And I get back to every comment. Don't get very many comments anyways, but I get back to every comment on the video. But yeah, like I said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Got a hobby update video for you here. It was a slow week hobby-wise, but I'm happy with what I've got done. Actually, probably rather proud of what I got done. It was one mini, and I started on another. And I got some stuff primed, but I'm not going to show that stuff to you. It's just whatever at the moment. But I got one mini finished. I'll show you that here in a moment. Didn't have a chance to get any games in. I had to work Friday. Me and the guy at work that I typically play here lately, or not typically, but I've been playing here lately, we were both working, so didn't get a chance to do any gaming. I did buy the Death Rattle Spearhead. Pretty sure it's Death Rattle. It's the one with the Skeleton Warriors, the Barrow Guard, the Barrow Knights, and the White King Spearhead for Age of Sigmar. I'm very, very tempted just to use them for the old world as vampire counts, but not all the base sizes match up to where I can just convert them over with to use them both. The Barrow Guard, for instance, are on like a 28.5mm base, and they need to be on a 25mm base for the old world, so there's no way to convert that around. I may see if I can find, like, put them on a 25mm square and convert that to like a 28.5mm round or something. I may look for that. But I'm tempted to use them for the old world, especially for Battle March, because that box is a Battle March box. Throwing in a Necromancer, which I have. I think it's a Necromantic Acolyte or something like that in the army list. But you throw that in, and you've got a 500 point, with some special items and stuff like that, but you've got a 500 point Battle March list. The White King is another one that he goes on a 25mm base, square base, but his round base is like 32, I think. So again, I may look to see if I can find some conversions, converter trays or something like that. I've gotten off the Mini Wargaming Forge. I've gotten their bases before, or their movement trays for my old world stuff. And I know they've got conversion trays and conversion bases on there that you can buy to use. But if you guys know of any, put them down in the comments. Let me know, because it's something I'm really considering. I would like to use them for both. If I can't use them for both, then they will just be Age of Sigmar for the Spearhead, and maybe eventually larger games of Age of Sigmar potentially. But they're really cool. I'm really excited about them. I like the Death Faction in Age of Sigmar. I've always liked, when it comes to gaming, like Necromancers and Undead and stuff like that. So I think they're really cool. I also bought some transfers, some fleur-de-lis transfers, and you'll see why here in a moment, to use for my Mousillon Knights, and if I've got enough, maybe some peasants or something like that. Not exactly sure what else I'll use them for, but definitely for my knights. To use there. Speaking of which, the one painted mini I got finished is this knight. I'm really happy with the way he came out. He's a Knight of the Realm. I'm painting up 6 of them in Mousillon colors with different barding, like I discussed last week. The 6 I came up with on the spot. There'll be another one this one's quartered yellow and black. The other one will be yellow and black this way, the opposite way. One will be yellow in the front, black in the back. Another one will be reverse of that, so black in the front and yellow. And then one will be half yellow on one side, or all yellow on one side and all black on the other. And then the last one will be reverse of that. So that is the plan. What fleur-de-lis transfers I've got came in the starter box. And I've shown these off before. I can use these for the shield and the shields, I guess, on the barding. They're not actual shields, but the barding on the comparison. I could use those, but I don't have enough for everybody, I don't believe. If I've bought some and not needed them, I'm going to be a little upset, but I don't think I've got enough. No, there's just enough there for 4 knights for the smaller fleur-de-lis that go here. So I've bought some from Impatient Tabletop. It's the name of the company. I bought them earlier in the week, Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, and I've just got a confirmation that they've shipped, so they're on their way. Yeah, really happy with the way this guy came out though. The yellow, because I know yellow is a tricky color for some people. I don't have a problem with it with the way I do it. This was my first time with some different colors doing it this way, but I'm really happy with the way it came out. I base coated with Tooth & Coat's Dark Sun Yellow. Base coated all of my yellow with that over an ivory base coat. But it probably wouldn't matter as long as you just get a good coat on there over whatever base color you use. And then I went over it with Iyanden Yellow. This helps with the shading, and it also darkens the yellow down, gives it more of like a red yellow, like orangey yellow kind of color. And I just like the way that looks. So I use that for like my wash, basically. Then I went back with the Dark Sun Yellow, highlighted back up, or base coated back up, I guess, except for the recesses. And then I went in with Skulker Yellow from Tooth & Coats as my highlight color. So that's the bright yellow you can see on different parts. I hope it shows up on the camera, but that you can see. And I'm really happy with the way it came out. For the black, I did Coal Black from Pro Acryl. Didn't put a wash or anything over it, and then went with Corvus Black from Citadel / Warhammer Paints now. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way that came out. A little bit of highlighting on there. When you look at the model, you can see it. I could go in with like an Eshin Gray maybe, and highlight it up even more, but I want the black to show black, and Corvus Black is basically almost black. As close as you can get without being black. So I left it at that. The leather is just Garagax Sewer. No highlight with Mournfang Brown, or no wash with Mournfang Brown over it. My metal, I did Basilicanum Gray across all the metal as like a wash before I put any metallic paints on. So just so I would know where my metallics are supposed to be. But also it provides like a non-oil wash division between, or any wash really, between two colors with the dark lining that it does. And I did that. So then I went in with my metallics. I did Lead Belcher because I wanted a dark metallic, but not Iron Warriors dark. Yeah, Iron Warriors. Went over that, but not the whole thing. I left some of the Basilicanum Gray showing. Like, it's going to show up as metallic because it's next to a metallic, but just for it to provide that shading. And then I highlighted that up with Room Pain Steel. And I think it turned out really well. I'm happy with the way it turned out. My gold, I did Dragon's Gold from Two Thin Coats. It's my favorite gold that I've ever used. Washed that with Agrax Earthshade and then highlighted it up with Auric, I don't know, Armor Gold from Citadel / Warhammer. Yeah, like that's essentially it. With some odd and end stuff here and there, but yeah, I'm super happy with the way the model came out. Just waiting on those transfers to come in. The base, as you can tell, has a glossy glisten to it, or tinge or tint to it. It's still drying. I just applied the basing material, so once it's dry, I'll put on my static grass and everything like that, my tufts. But yeah, I'm just super happy with the way it came out, and I'm excited to get a unit of 6 of these guys on the field with their transfers and stuff. But on the field, being my Knights of the Realm from representing Mousillon. I think what I'm going to do is paint my Pegasus Knights with a different coat of arms and colors. Instead of like in the Mousillon color, because that may just be too much Mousillon with my Baron or Duke Mousillon, and then 6 Knights of the Realm, and then the 18 Men-at-Arms that I have painted up that way. I want a little bit more color variation and stuff like that. My other 6 Knights of the Realm, I've got colors for. I wrote them out, what color I want them to be, or colors, with some transfers I've already got. So here they are here. These bottom 6, it helps me to write it out and know what which one I'm painting next. I'll either mark through or put a check mark by that one to show that I've done it. And I don't know what I'll paint up after these 6. It won't be the following night. Knights of the Realm. My Pegasus Knights are the only other thing that I've got primed besides my Duke. I've got to get around to him at some point. Painting him up. I wish I would have assembled him in sub-assemblies. But, oh well. Here we are. So yeah, that's what I've got planned for them. And then I may do some other color combination, like I said, for my Pegasus Knights. I've started on the other Knight. It's just some extra paint I had down on my wet palette. Just threw the coats on. It needs another coat of both the black and the yellow. This horse is going to be pretty fun because it's different than this one. I think there's only 3 or 4 different types of horses, so they will repeat on with the way they're built or whatever. But this one's going to be different enough, and I'm excited about it. And then I've started on this, my musician for the unit. Started on the black for him because I had some left over. I didn't have any yellow left over. So the way I paint, I try to apply all my base coats first, then do any washes that I need to do, and then I go and I highlight or base coat back up, and then highlight, whatever the case may be, on those colors. I can't, like for instance, I couldn't do all the yellow and have the yellow completely finished and then move on to another color, because I mess up too much. I get paint on places that it shouldn't be and everything like that. And the process of having to go back and straighten that out after you've finished it just doesn't sound worth it to me. So I do my base coats, then washes, and then my layers and stuff like that. So yeah. Again, really happy with the way it turned out, and I'm excited to get the full unit on the table. If you've made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it. It really helps the channel out. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, I think I explained my colors pretty well. Be sure to leave them down in the comments. and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully I've got another night painted next weekend. Hopefully. And hopefully I can get some games in. Hopefully my buddy's Battle March set comes in soon, and he's really excited for the Chaos half of the core set. I say Battle March set. The core set for the Old World, which it's 2 Battle Marches put together with a little bit extra for each side. But he's excited about the Chaos side more so than the Cathay side. He's excited about both, but Chaos is what he's excited about. So hopefully we can get some games in of Bretonnian Knights versus Chaos Knights pretty soon in the next few weeks. But that's it from me, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.